Okay. The question I have is,
Yes.
what is the difference
Yes.
between this 4616 Henry Way
Mm-hmm.
that you've been living in since 1963 and the 4616 Henry Way that you feel you want to go to by going out here and then putting one foot in front of the other and going way down there? What's the difference between that 4616 Henry Way that you feel is down there from this one that you feel you don't belong in? What are the differences?
Remember, I was raised a Christian, a girl Christian.
Mm-hmm.
And I think living with a man would lead me to a lot of guilt, and I don't think I could do it.
Oh! So because I'm out there, which is kind of like attached to your house, you feel that this is no longer your house, huh?
I don't think I'd be comfortable living here if I had another man in the house.
But if I left this place,
If you did what?
if I left this place, would you suddenly feel like you were back in your house and you wouldn't have to go clear down there to look for another 4616 anyway?
Give me a few minutes. You can go with me if you want to. I thought I'd look at the front of the house and then look forward and see what I got.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
What we're doing is comparing the external opinion of one house to the external opinion of another house.
Mm-hmm. Okay, when you go out there and see that the word say 4616, what are you going to think when you see it?
Well, I'm going to think he got there first. I also know that that is not my house.
What? Even though it says 4616?
What?
Even though it says 4616?
I think once I came over and I saw that the letters were on the house.
They're always there. They've been there for I don't know how long.
Well, after I've been here forever, I thought...
Yeah, you have been here forever. Yeah. That's it. That's it. I don't live here. I'm just a caretaker. Because she has been getting lost. She goes out for a walk and when she doesn't come back, she ends up at someone else's house. And one time I experimented by letting her go, and she ends up walking west. And she'd keep on walking if I didn't bring her back. She'd be at the ocean. I have a feeling. So anyway, when she gets back, I'll ask her, okay, what's the difference between this 4616 Henry Way and the 4616 Henry Way that she wants to go to? And we'll see how she responds. Yeah. She's been here for 51 years, and she no longer thinks it's her house. She thinks the 4616 Henry Way that she's living in is down there in the graveyard, right here. Yeah. Well, did you see 4616?
Yeah.
And what'd you think of it? What came to your mind when you saw it?
What?
What came to your mind when you saw 4616 Henry Way up there?
I never asked. At one time, do you think my husband may have been up there with the
Yeah.
eagle and everything?
Yeah.
What?
I bet he was.
Yeah. Well, so this is where I used to live. I can take a fairly good guess.
Okay, where do you live now? If you don't live here, where do you live? If you don't live at this 4616 Henry Way, where do you live? And this is not my house. If this
My
4616
God.
Henry Way is
I don't, I mean, I'm a grown-up person.
right.
And I don't even have a street address.
No, you do, 4616. But the thing is, if this house, this 4616 Henry Way, is not the 4616 Henry Way that you feel you live in, where is that 4616 Henry Way that you feel you live in? You keep on pointing toward the graveyard, but is that really true?
Well, I didn't know if I had a great affiliation to the graveyard. But remember, my husband did die, but it seems like he would have been gone for some time.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know exactly what you're asking.
I'm asking
But if you're
you.
asking me to actually live on this house, which I certainly have no objection to if anybody asks me, or the other 4616 Henry Way.
Oh yeah, okay. Where is that located?
4616 Henry Way?
Yeah, and where is it located? If this 4616 Henry Way is not the one you're living in, where is that other one that you're living in?
I could probably get a map of some kind
I did show you the map.
that would show me,
I did show
and
you
I'd
the
say,
map.
look, as far as I know, I am the owner of this house and I want to move into it and see what you can do.
But the thing is, I thought you did. I thought you already lived there. I thought you already lived at that 4616 Henry Way.
Well, I probably did at one time, but it looks like from the way you're talking to, well, I'm not going to say threatening, but don't you think maybe we ought to do a little more to make sure I can keep on living at 4616 Henry Way if I want to?
That's why your friend. That's why Eric told me to come on over here, so you would live here longer.
Well, did you tell him that if he pulled some chains and soaked his head, that I would go live there, 4616 Henry Way? I wouldn't go live in some apartment or something.
You're pointing to the graveyard.
What?
You're pointing to the graveyard. This is 4616 Henry Way, not the graveyard.
Well, the graveyard is this
Although
direction.
Henry Way runs into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But if you got up and left, and you were trying to look for the 4616 Henry Way that is in your mind, where would it lead you? If it's not the graveyard.
I thought I'd be careful. Well, I would go to some legal counselor and say that this is what I considered my home, and now everything's locked, and what should I do? And see if I could get some professional advice.
Well, but the thing is, you live there, so why would you have to do all that? If you live there, why would you have to do all that?
Well, because I lost the key.
But you have the key. It's on your purse. So why would you have to do
the key
it?
at the front door?
Yeah. So why would you have to do that?
I still have the key at the front door.
Why would you have to do that when you already have the key?
Because I'd be terribly surprised.
About what?
I mean, you had the key. What is the key even to?
To the house that you feel you live to, the house you feel you live in.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'd talk to a lawyer or somebody and then burst into tears. I don't know what I'd do in a case like that.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you feel that this house is not your house, don't you?
Well, it's a hard question to answer. Everybody's nice to me here, and everybody let me in, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And
but why does this house feel like it's not your house?
Well, I guess just because I'm not used to living with men.
Okay. Well, that's probably, but because I'm here, this doesn't seem like your house, huh? Is that it?
Yes.
But it is your house.
Well, thank you. You've never put me out the door.
I wouldn't, and because for one thing, it's your house.
I don't think you ever would.
And I was put out there to keep you, so you can keep this house.
Well, I like that part.
My friend.
What?
Said, could you stay here? So I am.
What? Who said, could I stay here?
Your son asked me. I said, okay.
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, it seemed to work all right.
But if I left, would this house suddenly feel like your house again?
In a way, it's a hard question to answer because I lived here very long and comfortably, which I seem to have done. I think it would become my home before I even really thought about it. I'd go out in the door in the morning
But I think the reason why this house doesn't seem like it's your house is because I'm here.
Well, that could make a difference as far as that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I'm not going to deny it. I mean, I don't go shacking around with men, and I don't plan to start. And so that would make a difference.
Yep.